Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostle, the elders, GMS who grew well. Peace and salutations to the elect Akim on the four corners, pushing the truth and sincerity. Peace be unto you. Hell, it is not a place where you burn in the ground. It is a condition. It's a state. It's captivity, just like how heaven is not. You do have a heaven, what the Most High refers to as the heavens being the skies, but the heaven, the kingdom of heaven, that's going to be here on earth. This is, I'm going to go to Revelations eventually, but I'm going to go to Jonah chapter 2 for one of my points, and then I'm going to go to Isaiah chapter 5 as well. This is Jonah chapter 2 verse 1. Then Jonah prayed unto Yahweh his God out of the fish's belly, and said, I cried by reason of mine affliction unto Yahweh, and he heard me. Out of the belly of hell cried I, and thou heardest my voice. So he said out of the belly of hell. He referred to being in the fish's belly as hell. Why? Because he was in captivity. He couldn't go anywhere. And that was a condition for him. It was hell. Had to deal with, stinky phlegm and walking around and all other types of debris that fish done swallowed. That's hell. And right now, the Israelites, we're in hell right now. We're suffering here in Babylon. This is basically the iron prison that we're basically thrown into. No matter what, you're not free. You can't, leave this country without a passport. We gotta have permission. It's just like how when you're in jail, you can't go out in the yard unless you got permission with the ward and they go out there with you. Try leaving this country without a passport. You'll get arrested, jailed. Try coming to this country without a passport. They'll take your kids, split up your family, and throw your kids in detention centers. Try buying something with some money, Most of you don't have that type of money that I'm referring to right now, but try buying something over $10,000. You can't buy anything over $10,000. You got to sign paperwork when you buy high, price stuff. You just can't go and say, hey, I want to buy this house. They're going to run your credit. How you get all this money to afford this? So you're not free. Try withdrawing all your money from the bank. If you got like $20, then that's easy to do. But if you got somewhere around like $100,000, $20,000, you're not gonna be able to withdraw it. So we're not free at all. We're not even close to being free. We have the illusion of freedom. You can't even drive without having a driver license. You can't fish without having a fishing license. This is supposed to be the land of the free. It's supposed to be a free country. This is not a free country. You can't sell lemonade without a permit, because you got honkies, your permit patties. They're telling you in a second because they see you out here trying to make a profit to feed your family. I said I was going to get Isaiah chapter 5, verse 13. This is Isaiah chapter 5, verse 13. Therefore, my people are going into captivity because they have no knowledge, and their honorable men are famished, and their multitude dried up with thirst. Therefore, hell hath enlarged herself and opened her mouth without measure. It says hell hath enlarged herself. Hell is captivity. So you have the people who are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Hell has opened themselves up. So you have Israelites that can descend into it. Because who are the Most High's people? Are the Israelites. Now, you're going to have other people that are going to be in captivity as well when we get into kingdom, because we're going to be in heaven, which is heaven on earth, and they're going to be in hell, which is hell on earth, which is going to be in our possession. This is Revelations.
What the fuck you talking about? You know what? I
Uh,
don't sign up for that. You know what? I don't have time for that. I told you.
This is Revelations 18 and 13.
I was right there and I told you.
The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones, and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet, and all thine wood, and all manner vessels of ivory, and all manner vessels of most precious wood, and brass and iron and marble, and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense, and wine and oil and fine flour, and wheat and beasts, and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. So all of this was being sold here in Babylon because you still have slaves. You know, your birth certificate can be found on the stock market. Revelation 6 and 8. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. So if hell was in the middle of earth, how can hell get up and follow the pale horse? The pale horse, referring to Esau. Esau, everywhere he goes is death and hell. Hell being captivity, because he puts people in captivity by issuing laws, decrees. You gotta have a license for this, have a license for that. You can't do this, you can't do that. We got certain places you can't go, you know, checkpoints and shit like that. That's captivity. You know, you got basically a big ass prison with invisible bars, but they're there, and you see them and you feel them if you go too far. This is Revelations chapter 13 and verse 9. It says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Captivity, again, is hell. Hell is captivity. They're synonymous when we're not another. So right now we're in hell and we're waiting to be delivered out of hell. So we can be planted in the land that belongs to us. This is Ephesians. This is Hebrews. Wait 1 second. Slot here. Okay, this is this is 2 Peter's chapter 2 and verse 9. Yahweh knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished, but chiefly them that walk after the flesh in the lust of uncleanliness and despise government. Presumptuous are they, self-willed. They are not afraid to speak of evil of dignities, whereas angels, which are greater in power and might, bring not railing accusations against them before Yahweh. But these, as natural brute beasts, made to be taken and destroyed, speak evil of the things that they understand not, and shall utterly perish in their own corruption, and shall receive the reward of unrighteousness, as they that count it pleasure to riot in the daytime. Spots, they are and blemishes, sporting themselves with their own deceivings, while they feast with you, having eyes full of adultery, and they cannot cease from sin, being beguiling unstable souls. So these men can't cease from sin. You know, they're slaves unto sin. You know, and they're basically in captivity under sin. They can't get that shit off of them. They can't find it in them to repent. And on that note, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakar Kudash, double honors to the apostles, elders of GMS who were well. Peace and salutations, and Shalom.